dense fog advisory until 9 o'clock this morning for the entire region. And as we look at visibility reports, we see just a quarter of a mile in many places like the city, Lancaster, in Reading, in Wilmington, in Millville. Just had a live update, getting a little better in Allentown where it's 4 mile visibility there, 2 miles in Trenton. So you could be driving along and it's not terrible. Then all of a sudden the visibility drops to in some spots less than a quarter of a mile. And we can see other than the misting, we'd be dry out there, but underneath those low clouds, you may need your windshield wiper a little with the misting. It's only in the 30s in South Jersey, so it's chilly. You're waking up in Dover, in Millville, and Tabernacle. But along I-95 and north and west, where that fog set in a little earlier, we've had temperatures holding in the low to mid 40s this morning. So it's a foggy start. Be careful as you're traveling. By 11 o'clock, the fog is out of here, but the clouds rule. It's 49, 57 at 3 o'clock with cloudy skies. At 7, 8 o'clock, some showers develop, and it's 53. So mild, cloudy, foggy, Matt.
Yeah, this as well, right?
Yeah, I think that in some spots it's worse than others for sure, but we're all dealing with some element of fog through the region and visibility down to a quarter of a mile in many locations. So you're going to need to be careful as you're heading out this morning. Let's head to the coffee shop together. This one's the virtual one. Maybe you got the real thing right in your kitchen. That's probably better. Temperatures in the low to mid 40s through the morning hours along I-95. So pretty comfortable temperatures for this time of year. However, it is in the 30s in South Jersey if you're waking up there. We're all dealing with some elements of fog. In some spots it's worse than others, but we've all got fog, some level of it. At 9 o'clock in the morning, it's still foggy and 45. The dense fog advisory expires around 9 o'clock this morning. And then behind that, we're just looking at a lot of clouds. It's not really very wet today. There's a little misting underneath some of these low clouds, maybe a spotty shower in the afternoon north of the city, but it's really more late this evening into tonight when the more pronounced showers move in, and then they're with us all day tomorrow. And the winds kick up as well. We're going to see wind gusts over 40 miles an hour, especially if you get one of these gusty thunderstorms. So talk about the chance for that storm and what's behind it in that 7-day forecast. A lot going on in the forecast, even just over the next couple of days, but I've got it all for you. We'll take it day by day and break it down in just a minute.
All right, thank you, Karen. Karen Rogers to talk about the fog, and saw a lot of rain coming in tomorrow.
Yeah, we've got a lot going on with the weather the next couple of days. So the morning issue right now is the fog that you're dealing with. We have a dense fog advisory across the region. Visibility is about a quarter of a mile to less in a couple of spots. Remember to use your low beams. The high beams just reflect the light out of the water droplets and make it harder to see. Satellite and radar showing, other than the little bit of misting we end up in some of these low clouds, we're dry out there. It's not, today's not your rain day. You look outside, you're like, was that today it was going to rain? No, that comes tomorrow. But let's look at the forecast for the day. You're dealing with the fog, a little bit of mist or drizzle possible through the morning hours. At 9 o'clock, it's 45. By 11, have cloudy skies and 49. At 1 o'clock, it's 54. So it's milder than yesterday. You make it up to the upper 50s. Not a pretty day. We've got a lot of clouds out there. At 3 o'clock, it's 57. Mostly dry through the afternoon. I think if you were north of the city, maybe you get a spotty shower in the afternoon, but it's mostly dry. At 5 o'clock, it's 55. At 7, it's 53. And by 7, 8 o'clock, we start to see some showers move into the region. So 58 for your high today. Mild through the region. Low 50s in Reading, but 59 in Williamstown, 59 in Smyrna, in Millville, 55 in Wildwood, with cloudy skies and some showers developing in the evening and nighttime hours. So looking at the latest model at tomorrow morning's commute, it is wet. You may get some breaks in the rain here or there, some spots where it's a little drizzle, some spots where it's a little heavier. So expect a morning commute tomorrow that's wet. I don't think that will cause major issues. Looks like the heaviest comes in the afternoon. So here's a look at 1:30, 2 o'clock in the afternoon. We see some pockets of some rain that's heavier, but something that I'm keeping an eye on behind the scenes is some models showing kind of a squall line forming. Do you see the darker shades of red, the stronger winds? But this model suggesting really doesn't happen over here. It happens offshore, so it doesn't impact us. We'll have to see if that does develop over our region. That would mean even heavier rain, even stronger winds. So it's something we're keeping an eye on. Behind it, it all wraps up tomorrow evening and nighttime. Here's a look at 8 o'clock. Some models suggesting it's cold enough towards the end of it. We get a little wet flakes in the Lehigh Valley. We'll see. That model's not showing that. But as far as the chance for a gusty storm, the severe weather risk, we actually have a marginal risk. That's a 1 out of 5. Chance isn't great, but for this time of year, I mean, that's pretty unusual. That shows you that strong nature of this cold front coming in. So here's what to expect. Starts tonight ends Wednesday night. The rain 1 to 2 plus inches. The heaviest looks to be tomorrow from 1 to 5 p.m. A gusty storm is possible where you could see gusts over 40 miles an hour. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day forecast. Milder with some evening and nighttime showers, 58. Tomorrow's your wet day. It's windswept rain, a high of 63, mild, but it's wet. It ends Wednesday night. Behind it on Thursday, it's much colder. Wind chills only in the 20s all day. Friday's not as harsh. The high is 37. Sure, that's cold, but the wind isn't whipping as much. On Saturday, sun to clouds and 44, kind of a seasonably chilly day. Sunday is milder, 50, but some showers around. Monday, a morning shower, but brighter in the afternoon, and 52 for your high. So 50 for the birds isn't bad, but we're going to watch those showers that are around.
Yeah, okay, we'll keep an eye on it.
There's a house off 309 that you can't help but slow down on the road to take a look. But you wouldn't see it, Matt and Karen, with all the fog right now.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. That's the question this morning. Can you even see all those lights in the dense fog?
You can't. A little tough out there this morning. Really need to be careful as you're heading out this morning. Let's head to the Weather Center here. Talk about what you can expect for the kids at the bus stop in both ways, coming and going here. So at pickup time, we've got the dense fog. So really be careful. Make sure the cars can see them. Maybe wait with them at the bus stop. 44 degrees. At time of drop off, it's really mild, but it's cloudy. It's 57 degrees with cloudy skies through the day. So today's not your rain day, but it's not exactly a pretty day. We've got visibility down to about a quarter of a mile just about everywhere. But I want to zoom in north and west because I am noticing some spots. I've been telling you there are some spots that are less than a quarter of a mile. Coatesville is one of them, kind of in between some of these reporting sites. I think anywhere where we see the darker shades of gray, it could be even less than a quarter of a mile. It's a little better if you're north and east of the city than you are elsewhere. Right now, other than the misting underneath some of these low clouds, we're dry. Those showers really take until late this evening to really impact us. So here's what you can expect. It's dense fog at 7 a.m. It's 44. By 11, it's cloudy and 49. At 3 o'clock, rather cloudy, 57 degrees, maybe a spotty shower north of the city, but it's really 7, 8 o'clock when the showers kind of start. So late this evening and tonight, Matt, that's the rain that we're getting. We've got a good 1 to 2 inches of rain coming our way tomorrow. But today's not a picnic either on the roads, right?
Really. Is any day a picnic?
No.
Definitely not this morning, Karen, with that dense fog.
Not today.
I think every day is a good day, especially because it's hard to see everywhere else. If you went inland a couple miles, you'd see the dense fog out there, but pretty as you look offshore out there this morning. Let's take a look at temperatures. I want to show you the profile here. It's 45 in Allentown, 44 in the city, 44 in Wilmington. Those are pretty comfortable numbers for this time of year, but you're only at 34 in Millville. 38 in Tabernacle with this flow coming in off the coastline out of the east. It's been a little cooler south and east of the city than it is north and west out there this morning. So kind of depends on where you are as to how cold it is this morning. But in the city, temperatures holding in the low to mid 40s this morning. We're dealing with the dense fog through most of the region this morning. At 9 o'clock, it's 45. That's when that dense fog advisory ends. By 11 o'clock, it's 49. At lunchtime, it's 52. And although the fog is over, you're just stuck with the clouds all afternoon. 58 degrees for your high. It's mild, but it's cloudy with those evening and nighttime showers developing, and then we get the heavy rain tomorrow. We'll talk you through that coming up, and what the winds that come after that are just as important. So all of that in that 7-day forecast in a couple minutes, guys.
All right, thank you, Karen Rogers.
That's pretty impressive. I like listening to her talk, so I can imagine lots of other people do too, right? Good morning, everybody. Here's what you need to know. We've got a foggy start. Don't believe me? Take a look at this. Let's look outside live right here. We're outside with the Action Cam outside of City Avenue, and you see the fog out there this morning in Winfield Heights. Traffic trying to move along, but a little hard to see out there. You need to be careful. We've got visibility that's less than a quarter of a mile in some spots. Also a little misting underneath some of these low clouds. So thanks, Action Cam, for showing us the shot out there this morning. So foggy conditions out there. Tomorrow we have windswept rain. So if you're waking up like, wait, what is this? Is this the rain day? No, that's tomorrow. And then Thursday, it's sunny with wind chills only in the 20s. We have so much going on. I just wanted to break it down for you, what you can expect, because pretty dramatic differences each day out there. So right now we've got the fog, little misting underneath some of these low clouds, but the more pronounced showers are kind of waiting in the wings. They're not hitting us really until late this evening and tonight. So here's your hour-by-hour forecast. It's a mild day. I mean, we're in the 30s in South Jersey, but we're in the low to mid 40s in the city and north and west. So at 9 o'clock, it's 45. That's when the dense fog advisory ends. But even beyond that, it's cloudy, 49 degrees at 11. At 1 o'clock, it's 54. At 3 o'clock, it's 57. So milder than it was yesterday, milder than average. At 5 o'clock, it's 55. Maybe late afternoon and evening, a spotty shower north and west of the city. But it's really late this evening and tonight when the rain starts. And then it's pretty steady in the overnight hours. 53 for the overnight low. It's mild overnight, but it is wet in the overnight hours. And then you look at tomorrow, tomorrow's high is 63. It's a warm one for us, but it's a nasty day. We've got rounds of rain. It's heavy rain at times, gusty winds, even the possibility of a gusty thunderstorm mixing in with all this. Let's show you how that looks here. This is a look at 7 o'clock in the morning. So tomorrow morning at your drive time, we have some pockets of rain here and there. Not terrible everywhere, but the rain will be impacting your morning drive. Then it rains through the afternoon. Looks like the heaviest comes in the afternoon through to about 5 o'clock. So here's a look at 2:30, and we see some areas of yellow and orange, really good soaking. Look at what's happening offshore. Some models indicating a kind of squall line develops. If that were to happen over us, it would enhance our rain totals, enhance our thunderstorm chances. We'll just have to see, does that happen and impact us, or does that develop offshore? Either way, it all wraps up 7, 8 o'clock at night. And then some colder air moves in behind that. Here's your exclusive AccuWeather 7-day. Milder today, fog in the morning, evening and nighttime showers, 58 for your high. 63 tomorrow, but it is a windswept rain day. 63, we're getting a good inch to 2 inches of rain. We desperately need it, but it's a lot in one day. Maybe even some street flooding because of all that rain, especially in the afternoon when it gets heavy. Thursday's windy with wind chills only in the 20s despite a high of 38. Friday's not as harsh with a high of 37. Saturday, sun to clouds and 44. How about Eagles Sunday? Tracking some showers around. We'll have to keep an eye on that. 50 degrees, 52 on Monday with a morning shower, but then brighter in the afternoon. A lot going on.